make it too far. Tell you what, that thing runs absolutely terrible. Guys, welcome back to the shop. The shop with those annoying metal halide lights. Anyways, as you guys can tell, the 80 Pontiac Sunbird is back down here at the shop with the twin Eaton 90s on top of it. We got some work to do on this thing. I signed up for Cleetus Cars again this year. Now last year I did go down and I only made it for about 15-20 seconds in this thing before I sucked the bulls dry on the carburetor. Now, first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and lift this thing up on the hoist and get the fuel tank dropped out of it, because I spent the last couple of days welding up a new fuel tank for this thing out of aluminum. So we're going to start off with the fuel system on it, and then we're going to go ahead and pull the superchargers and re-gasket everything underneath them, switching the cork gaskets out to rubber gaskets. That's using your head. Well, it's getting into the late hours of the night. I got 2 days left to get this thing ready for Cleetus. And basically I just got done finishing off this fake false air cleaner inside the scoop here. Let me show you guys that real quick. Yeah, basically just wrote up a program on the plasma table, punched all these holes in with the table. It was a lot easier. Made a nice uniform pattern on it. And this is what I'm gonna run during the burnout competition. Reason being is I set this thing up for a 9-inch element, 1.5 inches tall, and that just doesn't breathe enough. I wanna be able to make sure I have all the air possible. So I went ahead with this screen that'll keep the big junk out. Anything that goes through that, well, she'll be fine. And then I fired it up. I fired it up and started warming it up. Wanted to see how it would run. Messed with the timing a little bit, adjusted the idle. I had this thing idling for 1.5 minutes, and then I got out of the car to mess around with it. It was idling so good, I figured I could come out and maybe mess with the idle air screws and maybe play with the timing a little bit. And I got out and I noticed that the gauge over here on the fuel rail read 0, which was odd. And then I went back in the car, and by the time I got to the car and jumped in it to hit the throttle, it ran out of fuel. I went and got 4 gallons of gas, put it in here, and I cannot for the life of me get fuel up here to the front. So I'm thinking that that brand new pump went out already. I think it's a Salt brand, if I'm not mistaken, which, you know, isn't the highest quality of things, but I figured it would have lasted more than 5 minutes of run time. So I'm thinking I have to put a fuel pump on this thing. So right now, we're gonna leave this video off right here. 2 days left. 2 days left before we're leaving. Tomorrow, I know I can get a pump like that, no problem. I'm gonna go pick up a new pump, get it put on here. Hopefully we get it running. So unfortunately, that's all we can do tonight because we can't make it run without fuel. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on that stuff in the morning. Tomorrow, hopefully we have a good day of testing once we get that fuel issue resolved and get the cable for that 6AL2. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. We'll be back very shortly with this. Till next time.